Oh, good morning, everyone. Here we are on May the 4th, a beautiful day, and I'm off to do my second last Bible study with the teens for this year. So it's all good. It's all good. So we're reading through, still through Chronicles here, and we're in the part where David wants to get the ark back into the center of Israel, really. He said during Saul's time that they didn't search for the ark, and they didn't consult with God during that period of time. So David wants to bring God back into the center of the nation, his presence. That's David's heart, and we can see it in everything that he was doing as we read through this portion of his history. And the first time he tried to bring in the ark, he had a good heart. It was properly motivated, but he didn't check with the commandments. He didn't follow the instructions, and someone died. It wouldn't be the first time that someone died because of David. It is the responsibility, it's the heaviness of leadership that mistakes can cost lives. And but when he checked, what I love about it is that he followed the commandments on how to do it. And he said to the Levites, like, we need you with us. We need you to do this. We had trouble the first time because you weren't with us. This is your responsibility, and we need you to walk in that responsibility. And but he added his own flair to it. His heart is a heart of worship. He's a worshiper, and worship had to belong to everything that he did. So in bringing, he assigned people to worship during this process of bringing it up. But also in this, we see where the Philistines attacked, and here we really see why David just loved, or why God just loved David. The Philistines attacked, and they were pillaging one of the valleys, and David said to God, should I attack? And God said, yes, go ahead, attack. And he attacked and defeated them, and they attacked a second time. And again, David didn't assume. Quite often, when we pray for something and we receive it, we think that we found a formula, and we don't consult with God anymore, and we just follow the same thing. But our Father knows all circumstances, and things don't stay the same. People change, hearts change, situations change, and so his approach to everything it changes according to that. So there isn't a formula. We have to be careful. There isn't a formula. There's a relationship. It's not like algebra. X plus Y doesn't necessarily always add up to Z. It doesn't do that. So here he consults a second time, and God says, yes, attack, but this time you attack from behind. He says, and I'm going to attack from the front. So the first time it was really David who did it, and David made the statement, it's by my strength that God has got this victory today. And maybe the Lord just, okay, we need to correct this. And so he had David fight from behind, and he fought from the front, and they defeated. And the statement says that David followed God's instructions exactly. Now this is what's in contrast to Saul, because Saul had also received instructions, but he had received instructions through the prophet Samuel, and he did his own thing. He did it partially, but he also did his own thing, what he thought was best. But not David. David followed the instructions of the Lord directly, and this comes from a heart of worship. This comes from a relationship. Doesn't just come from following commandments. Following commandments comes from love. It's love that motivates us to be obedient, and this is where David was. He followed the voice of the Lord. He not only followed the commandments, but he followed the voice of the Lord, And he did it because he loved the Lord, and he trusted the Lord, and he did exactly what he wanted. And that song, a beautiful song that he wrote as a celebration of the ark coming in, it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. I used to have a problem with David when I was younger, but now that I've gone through my own storms and have hit the rocks a few times in those storms, I really appreciate David. I appreciate that despite the fact that his life hit the rocks a number of times, he understood the faithfulness of the Lord. That even when we're not faithful, our God is. So be blessed today. Be encouraged today. Take hold of that. Incorporate worship in everything that you do. Worship the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, with all your strength. Just pour out into Him, and just understand that even when you fail to be faithful, He is faithful. God bless.